Hello and welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. My name is Volcata, and in this episode we're going to visit another variant of the Gecko. This one is the Stargazer. I believe we have done a station hopper and a heavy cargo in the past. So let's hop right in. Uh-oh. Something's going bad in the side right from the beginning. There's a decompression event happening. That's not good. So, as standard, we're going to cut off... Whoa, that's weird. There's no rails on the side. On the bottom. We're going to cut off all these side panels here. I'm going to go to precision here because I don't like the look of those things that are behind it. That's not going to be enough, so we're just going to do it from reverse. Lots of things to split off the side. Alright, stop freaking out, dude.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
You always gotta make sure you attach this to the frame. Otherwise it will peel off the panels. Like that one did. But it had enough momentum up to carry in. Alright. So let's say a solar battery. So this is all nanocarbon. So that's going to be...
accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Alright. Can't say I am familiar with this version of the vessel, so this is going to be kind of a learning together. Okay, that guy's attached. I could probably detach the antenna, but if that whole thing is going to be a barge item, I might as well just leave it attached for when we cut it out from the inside. Oh, really? Alright. Let's send these two guys home. Let's clear the other side.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Let's get these out of the way. So we'll cut something, turn it into scrap.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Now, since this is a Stargazer, I'm assuming this has the cumbersome inner shell of the...
Salvage secured.
What are we thinking about? The station hopper, because it's probably a passenger vessel. Which means we need to work fast. If we're going to do this on 4 shifts.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yep, inner shell. Reactor is in the middle? Huh. Alrighty. Check the front real quick. See if we didn't miss anything. Nope. This thing on the bottom. Yeah, sister tower. Chuck that straight down. Alright, well let's get inside.
Accepted. Credits transferred.
Hopefully nothing got damaged from that decompression event right at the beginning. Including the doors. Open sesame. Alright, well I'm done asking. I'm gonna start knocking. No, I'm not gonna knock with that. have ladders, we have ladders. The annoying ladders. Now you might ask why I always take these out at the beginning. The reason is because this large ladder is actually attached. Oop. The large ladder is actually attached to the floor, and it makes it more difficult to cut the floors out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
When we decide that we want to cut the floor out of that room. So I just made it a policy to always just pull them out right at the beginning and try not to chuck them off into space.
Accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, gotta not worry about these little bits.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, the interesting looking vessel. So our reactor. Oh man, are these all? Those are all storage bins. And that's all fabric. That burns real easy. Oh, this is a neat ship. And that cargo room is pressurized. So we can't actually see if there's anything floating around. Let's just decompress and hope nothing blows up. Okay. Quite an interesting structure. And then the cockpit is also pressurized. And we have another ladder. I'm guessing that's going to the inner structure. Okay, I don't see anything else that's pressurized, so hopefully there'll be no more surprises on us. And we're going to do the standard peeling of the front items. Which is... Oh, there's no reason for you to go run around like that, buddy. Settle down. This is our standard procedure on all geckos, so that we can peel the front away. And to be honest, I feel like the only things that are really holding it are either these storage bins or the storage bins and these two computer terminals. But I always want to take those front ones out anyway because they are attached to the front of the ship, and I don't want them to be pulled away with the front. Had I gone inside the belly of the ship and had pre-cut, we might have seen a little gap appear when I pulled this away, which would have been an indication that we have cleared it all. But we were just, you know, we had access to the cockpit quickly, so while we're there, we just do it. Alright, so let's speed this up. This is going to be a standard mass cutting, I'm sure, and I'll slow down and commentate if something weird shows up that isn't standard for a gecko. Oh, that's the front piece. Alright, well I guess we're taking it that way. Normally we pull it forward, but it came free pretty easily this time. You know, in the geckos, normally there is... Okay, yeah, so here's the middle piece. That's what I was expecting. Normally those separate into 3 pieces, and apparently it's 2 pieces on this particular version. Which is great.
Salvage secured.
You know,
Credit applied.
fewer pieces, the easier it is, and quicker it is to get it done.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Don't know why it was saying nanocarbon destroyed when nanocarbon goes in the
Salvage
processor.
secured. Credits deposited.
Not gonna worry about it. There's always a little pieces here and there that are attached to things that,
Account credit applied.
you know, you just don't have time to detach everything.
Valuable object
I don't really think you're meant to either.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
But let's wrap up this shift real quick.
All right, Cutter.
It's 1
Wrap it
minute,
up.
so I'm gonna speed it up
You got
while
power.
I empty out the cockpit.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, 2 million on the first shift for a Gecko is a pretty good return when you consider that, you know, we typically spend so much of the time cutting rather than actually turning things in. So, excellent. Alright, let's go on to the next shift. Alright, I feel like we got a pretty productive first shift there. But we do need to be mindful of the amount of things that we saw in those hallways.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Make sure we don't have aluminum on here. Ah, we do. Tricky. It's a little different graphic than we normally see from it. We're gonna need to separate it like that. Grab this door panel while we're at it.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Deposit accepted.
Yeah, this one is going uncharacteristically smooth with the way the front panel came
Salvage
off.
secured. Credits deposited.
You know, the middle piece came off at the front just without complaining.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm going to try to mostly leave those lights alone. You know, I've been saying for multiple episodes that we don't actually need to salvage them. I have trouble, you know, my cursor goes across it and it's like, you know what, I can just grab this. But they really just don't add up. And following standard procedure here, we're going to cut this front cockpit area off.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Is that the whole thing? It is. Alright. Pull it up above the ship so we can send it to the furnace. Yes, I was trying to catch the light. Alright. Let's see what we don't have cut yet. Huh. Atmospheric regulator on the inner shell. That's
Material
different.
deposited.
Be a little careful here. Go ahead and pre-break these heat sinks off because we know they can cause collision problems with the wall pieces. And let's cut this with the cutter, not with the grappler. Works a lot better. Okay. Yeah, a lot of precision cutting it through here. Guys in the back. I cannot recommend enough getting extended range on the precision cutter. It is so useful. I thought I missed one more. You know, speaking of the precision cutting, let's free these guys up. Oh, they got the sides too. Guess we're gonna have to get in a little closer. Be mindful of these fuel tanks. Go ahead and get these guys off while we can. I know I have not removed the thruster plates from the back yet. This one only has 2. But I'm going to go ahead and unlock these anyway. There is a lot of fuel. Not as bad as the heavy cargo one, though, where it's so many fuel tanks. Alright, let's check, see, can we damage this? We cannot, so we can get away the splitter. Do we have anything else we want to cut? Yeah, we do. Alright. Bye-bye.
Material deposited.
I like how these drift out just enough so you can easily cut these off after they've come to a stop. Okay, looks like all of this is processor. That's good.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Try to connect these to different points so they don't collide so much. Bump into each other a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about it. If they end up canceling a tether, it's simple enough to, you know, come back and grab it again. So I'm cursoring over it, looking for aluminum, not seeing any. Just a good habit to be in.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Wow, this puppy's coming apart quick. I am quickly warming up to this ship. I say that until I have to get inside and start taking all the tiny little things out. All those hallways. Okay, I'm going to break this into one more. These things, they're easy to transport the entire thing, the spine, but those hooks easily get caught on the edges of the walls, and you just lose it entirely.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
It'd probably help if I cut this guy free. Away he goes. Any more left to be cut? Does not look like it. Alright. Give these guys a little bit of momentum, get them off the edge of the ship so I can tether them. And then go get some oxygen.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to Megatron 9000.
Oxygen level.
Progress accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
I believe that is freed up. It is. The reactor is really in a weird place.
5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We wrap.
I didn't use a heat spreader there, I didn't use a spreader because it hit the heat spreader in the background. And those do get destroyed if you hit them with a spreader. Alright. Let's get the thruster panels off the bat. Would you switch the card? Thank you. It's a weird configuration. I mean, for this, the ship to only have 2 thrusters on the back of it just seems kind of strange to me.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
The ship didn't look like it was any less wide than a regular Gecko, but maybe it's just the back end is tapered. I often tether these guys just because they get squirrely.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Okay, are these guys still lined up enough to pull them out? Does not look like it. Alright. Drag this guy up, as we often do. Assuming it's not attached to something. Piping is probably still in the way. But it doesn't hurt to pre-tether so that once you break away whatever's in the way, it'll immediately start moving. And this piping, I think, can be broken up here. Huh, that's unusual piping. Oh, that's right, because the reactor is all the way back here. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Carefully. Carefully is how we want to do this. Alright. cut that part off. And let's say we cut it right here. Okay, a little bit easier to get it off of there.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
And pull this out. Alright. That worked out real well. And this got out of the way enough so we can toss all the objects.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Quick about this because we are running out of time. Get that out of the way. Fewer things to bang into.
Let's put a bow on this shift.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage gained. Reward increasing.
Getting those objects out of the way allows me to pull these down a little more recklessly because I don't have to worry about banging into a floating object.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm trying to empty this out before the end of this shift.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Whoop. Little momentum up going there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Now, the reason I threw that tether there right there at the end was because I wanted to... That way it's there on the next shift. I probably could have pulled it straight into the processor from where it was at, but why not throw a free tether and pull it further away from the back so that later on we can pull it into the processor with less concern, you know, about it getting caught into a furnace or dragging something else with it. So 3.6, man, this shift is turning out to be very profitable. That's only a second shift, so let's start third shift. And we want to get rid of anything that could get in its way. Especially if it was dragging this big old spine around. Detach it from the back? Let's do that. Let's see if we can just pull the spine out real quick. And then let's look down here and figure out why this guy's not moving, and I'll bet it's because of this heat sink. So here's what I was talking about, right? It's not technically connected. In fact, we can actually see through it. But it's definitely causing a collision problem. And there it goes. Hopefully in a future version of this, they will have that fixed. 2, 3, light out. Thank you.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Where are the other ones? Let's go ahead and knock them all out right now. 3, out. Picks up speed. 1, 2, 3, out. Alright. I've never seen a ship that has more than 3 fuses on it, so that should be all of them. Okay, I think we need to get inside and start cutting our way out. And looking for a good way of getting rid of this. This one's going to be problematic. In fact, let's start clearing around it. The reason I say it's problematic is because the plate on the bottom is the coolant, which means it will stay in the way when we try to drag it out. So we can these out of the way.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Might as well just take care of this while we're here because this is a large shell, and we're gonna have to start doing a lot of cutting. And last thing we need to do is have a straight cut. Take out the coolant, or somehow hit the actual reactor itself. So let's just do this. While we're here.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Like I said, this is a new variant to me. I mean, I know it's been there. It wasn't just added. It looks like I don't recognize it as one that I've done in the past, so it's kind of nice to do these together. Kind of learn together and talk to the strategy together. So this is going to be a challenge.
Salvage secured.
Because not only do we need to pull this back, but we need to not run into the coolant pipe. So we need to pull it up and over. Wow, I'm not liking this. Not at all. Maybe what we do is we leave it and we cut that part of the vessel off so that we can go the other way with it. Alright, so we're going to start taking these things off the ground, cut out the floor. That's interesting, these panels are furnace material. But they are in the way of my cutting the floor out. Table that goes to the furnace. Whoa, 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 do not. Look, it's freaking out. We got a collision problem going on there. Okay then. We might end up losing that table. Alright. Grapple, please. Thank you. We're going to try to just take this whole floor out. So let's detach everything. Excuse me. These tables are kind of freaking me out a little bit. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Alright, so we're going to the floors divide so that we get the red line all the way across it on both sides. Come on. It is not. There we go. There we go. And I think we just cut it off here. We may cut more out later, but that's going to cover what we need for now. Why is that? See, it thinks it's still attached to something. Maybe it's this table. Yeah. Even though the table should have just rode with it, but it's just the game. Sometimes it sees things that are attached, and the floor just won't go. Which earlier I mentioned, when I said the reason why I take the big ladder out at the beginning It's because of exactly that. If the ladder is still attached to the floor, you'll run into problems like that. You don't always need to cut out the floor in the
Valuable object processed. Credit
airlocks,
deposited.
so it's not always an issue. But I've come to find it's just a good practice.
Account credit applied.
Just do it while you're there, you know. I mean, it needs to come off eventually anyway.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I thought that was just stray scrap bits. I didn't realize that was actually a terminal.
Credits transferred.
Let's see if we've... Sounds like we're getting the transmission of
Warning.
another
Oxygen
vehicle.
reserves are low.
You know, I try to do these all as one smooth, you know, no cut, just so that you can, you know, you're seeing everything. But I had
Welcome to Visit 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
I had a little system problem there and had to stop the recording and restart it. So hopefully we didn't lose any material.
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left.
I won't know until I'm done with this because obviously, you know, you can't stop in this game. It's all one shot. There's no saving and coming back. So if there was a weird something there in the recording or a jump because I had, you know, missing material, then that's what happened. So it was a system problem. It's weird I got that strange diagonal cut from facing forward.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Oh, nope, nope. I grabbed the wall, not the object. Oh, that's still attached
Raw
somehow.
material processed.
Probably a bracket. Yeah. Pair of brackets. So our idea was that we're going to clear all of this out, and then we're going to try to just cut out this side of the ship to get an easier deposit of the reactor. I need to look at what I'm taking off these walls because not all of them blew on the barge. Like all, see right there, the storage bin goes on the barge, but that is aluminum, so I can just leave it. All these panels on the side are all fabric. They're also furnace. All right. Furnace, furnace, furnace. That does not go to the furnace. I'm gonna get rid of that light just because it's blinding me. And we need to get all of this cut out as well. I'm gonna risk trying to break this table, even though everything's... No, I'm not. I'm just not gonna do it. We've already seen the tables go all freakazoid on us. Plus, I'd end up having to detach those from a floating table. And that, I am sure, will not do good. The mattresses are on the floor, are always attached to the floor. So you need to detach it individually, not just the bed. Alright, everybody just crowd up to the ceiling. Alright, normally I don't like to do these from far away, so I'm gonna cut the angle further away from the edge.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Looks like there are bends on the floor here. You know what? I'm gonna leave them. It'll just be a little lip, not preventing me from... Stupid light, get out of my way. Alright.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, I think that was session 3, right? Shift 3. My timer is shot because of the problem, with the system problem. So I think that was our 3rd shift. So this should be our final shift. Pretty good list of stuff. 1.2 million, not a whole lot of money, but we still got the reactor and whatnot to go. So yeah, let's head into the final shift.
Deposit accepted.
Alrighty. We need to be quick about this. Why is that guy all the way back there? Did I not pull him forward? The other guy made it in. Alright. So let's finish emptying this room. And cut out this entire side of the vessel.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So we can get that reactor. No, the posters aren't worth a whole lot either, but I can't help myself. Alright. A little crowded here in the back of the ship.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I'd like to leave the table and the furnaces in the room because they're all furnace anyway. But I might have to drag them out just to get them out of the way.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, let's just get this guy out. Oh.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
These beds are bulky, so try to liberate him from his mattress.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
The mattress shouldn't be stuck to the ground. There we go. Oh, we don't want to lose that. Come back.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Battery packs have some value to them. All right, that looks like
Salvage deposit accepted.
looks like this room is
Credits
done.
transferred.
Check for any door panels we might have missed, or any barge items on the wall. I mean, I know we haven't done this end, but that brings us up to the reactor side of it.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I guess we'll just go ahead and toss this stuff real quick.
Ship salvaged in full. Credits
If
applied.
anything goes wrong with the reactor, we'll have an arc. That could destroy some of these electronics.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That's furnace. That's barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. I think that's far enough into the vessel to be able to
Salvage
handle
deposit
that.
accepted. Credits transferred.
And get this guy. Is there one inside? Nope. Alright, time to cut her. I don't know if there's any heat spreaders above us. I probably should be checking that. I'm also going to cut this on the support because I don't want to cut the fabric. Because even though it goes into the furnace, it will turn it into scrap. Oh, there is heat spreaders up there. Careful, the reactor's on the other side of this, so is the pipe. Is that everything? We're not going to pull this into the furnace just yet. Let's just see if we can just pull it away. Because we got a bunch of heat spreaders on here. And we need to verify if we've got everything cut through or not. And it's looking like not. There's a piece. All right. We have motion. All right, that's going to take a second for it to go. So, while it's getting out of the way, let's just get some more stuff on the barge.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Is there anything on here that's barge worthy? No. Except for the ECU. Alright. Alright, here we go. You know what, I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna try to get away with it. Oh, it's so dangerous. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Get over it. Grab, charge, drag down.
Reactor meltdown.
Fire.
triggered.
Oh, fire! Fire! Where you go? Go, go! What's going on here? Well, that didn't go as cleanly as I'd hoped,
Salvage deposit accepted.
but
Credits transferred.
we got it away before it arced.
Ship teardown complete. Cutter account credited.
Okay, now let's take care of the ECU. We leave that panel in here. It's a furnace. Let's cut the ECU out. Standard procedure. Not have cleared on the top. This is what I've talked about when if you get that angle, sometimes it doesn't actually clear. So I'm going to try to pull this straight into... it's going to take too much of an angle. I wanted to try to pull it straight in and clip this guy off as he went by, but it was going too fast. And this is way too valuable to accidentally throw it in the processor.
Oxygen reserves are low.
And I think about it, I needed to cut this off
Asphyxiation
anyway.
can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Valuable objects processed. Credit
And we
awarded.
can get rid of the generator now because it's not powering anything.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Ship salvaged in full.
Alright, we got our 5th milestone, and we have 5 minutes to close that gap there at the top. See how close we can get to the end. Just some bits and bobs left, but I think it's mostly going to be raw material.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Pretty much got all of our high value stuff already taken care of. And it's good if we have some spare time because we have all of those heat spreaders.
We've got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. We wrap.
Seeing heat spreaders on this side. Don't forget this thing right here, which you can't peel off, see? It has to be cut off. But one cut tends to be enough.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Okay, except for the lights, I think this whole chunk can go in the furnace, right? Just making sure we got... I know we checked the inside of that already. Yeah, I think we got all the consoles. Excellent, excellent. Let's see if we can pull this whole thing into the furnace while we work on getting heat spreaders off of the other one. We need to test this now because we don't know if it's light enough to move. Okay, looks good. Alright, we'll double check this one for any kind of barge items. I think we're good. Those are all furnaces. Personal terminal trying to sneak its way in.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, so let's spend the next couple of minutes just cutting heat spreaders off. And again, on the back of the heat spreader is aluminum that could be cut off. But I don't think we have time for that. Because we have so many of these to cut out. Let's just cut them out real quick. Because we can chuck them all into the processor real fast with a bunch of tethers. So let's liberate all of them first. And you got to be careful with this cutter because you can cut
Material deposited.
the heat spreader itself. Yeah, we're we're running out of time. Just want to back them up, come out of. That guy is not cooperating. Not entirely clear as to what he's still stuck on.
Accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
I don't really have time to worry about it, so he's going in the furnace. He has made his choices in life.
One minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up. Weaver out.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Alright. Just gonna escort this stuff in. Grab up a little bit more junk. Hey, we got it in there for a few seconds to spare. Alright. Nice. Ooh, 5 million. Nice final shift. Happy with that. So like those heat spreaders, let's find them on here that we're peeling off. See, it's 3 of them, so it's 30,000 a piece, right? That's not bad, right? It's, if you get the moment to pull them off, that's pretty good. And you know, if you don't get the aluminum off the back of it, so what? You know, the aluminum, you know, like 17,000 aluminum is only 214,000. We're not going to bother doing the math on that, but the point is that it's worth less than the heat spreader on a per kilogram basis. So thank you very much for joining me on another episode of Hardspace Shipbreaker. And you know, if you have any questions, if you feel like something could have been done better, or a different way, or a different strategy, or if you just enjoyed it, you know, leave me a comment. But if you liked it, leave a like, and you know, if you like this type of gaming, you know, throw me a subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in a future episode.